Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Before I start, please let me know if you can hear me, if my speaker is working. I've been doing a lot of changes and chopping and changing, so it would be nice to know if I actually have got the speaker working. I would appreciate you letting me know about that, so thank you. Let's have a look. Hi, Trevor, you're on, Trevor. Yep. Hello. So let's have a comment. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I've been changing around speakers, so just let me know before we kick off. Thanks, Maz. Right, people. Wow. We're in the August. And it's been a shit month already. Not for me, but for other people. I get loads of emails coming in, and I'm going to be honest, I don't answer 99% of them. I don't, because I get messages on here, I get WhatsApp messages, I get emails, I get messages in Instagram. Too many messages in Instagram, if I'm honest. Far too many. And some people are hard work. And XRUC is in. Okay, it's being policed. Yeah, proper policing. Right. I received quite a few emails about certain topics. There's loads happening. For those of you that are interested, I have watched the CBS interview. I watched it today, actually. Yeah. And there was a topic they were discussing, which I nearly did myself watching it. But I'm not going to go on about that. Let's not talk about that. Right. Rioting up and down, not only England, in Northern Ireland as well. In my experience, and of the experience of the veterans community and the policing in UK policing, Northern Ireland is completely versed. I mean, they are the experts in rioting, but they're also they used to be the experts in riot control. The Royal Ulster Constabulary used to be the experts on riot control. They came from all over the world, and the RUC taught people all over the world how to do it properly. Now, before I go in about with the rioting, I've looked at how the police in England are handling the rioting, and I'm telling you now, they're coming across like they're not trained at all. I mean, when you are going into a baseline and you're going to do rioting, or should I say, you're going to try and stop the rioting, or at least put a barrier there between two different groups, I have never witnessed such shoddy policing where officers are turning up with short sleeve shirts with glasses on, and a shield. I mean, no wonder policing in the UK has failed, because they haven't kept up to date with keeping themselves at the spearhead of, well, protecting themselves, protecting officers. There's going to be loads of officers now off on the sick in England. Thousands of officers are going to be off the sick. Compensation claims going in left, right, and centre. Different chief constables throughout different police forces in England need to be removed. They're absolutely shocking the way they're just sending officers to the baseline, and it's pathetic, isn't it? I mean, in Northern Ireland, as a soldier, we would turn up and we would have our under long sleeves on, long johns, green long johns on, our socks on. We'd have then our long sleeves tied. I mean, really Velcro down with gloves so we don't get petrol bombs or shit thrown at us. And we have everything: knee pads, elbow pads, the lot, visor down. In fact, for those that used to remember, we used to get shaving cream, and with the shaving cream, we would rub it inside of our visors so that whenever it was down in a riot-controlled scenario and you're breathing, your hot breath didn't steam up your visor, and you kept your vision 100%. These are the old things that we used to do. Today, it's just a bag of shit, and they're useless. What I have seen, and I've seen it on YouTube, which is disgusting, is certain YouTubers using rioting for clickbait. Now, this all was supposed to start off because of immigration. Then it was, this is football type hooliganism and scum. Every housing estate in the UK has scum families. You see them. You always know the families in your housing estate that are scum, and every housing estate has them. But I had messages from people that I know in Liverpool saying that there was people from Liverpool getting onto coaches and going to different towns to cause trouble. Disgusting. Now, I'm saying it, hooliganism. This is not for peace. How can you go out into housing, go out into places where people work and set fire to people's cars and businesses in the name of peace? We want peace. We've had enough. It's bullshit. They're scum. And I've seen individuals promoting it on social media, and they're scum. And I'm telling you now, people, if you see these individuals promoting or using this as clickbait, report their channels, get rid of these fuckers, get them off social, because we do not want that type of people in society. They don't deserve it. And if they're earning money on YouTube, have it stopped, because you should not be promoting it. Now, I did see a couple of hooligans running around London with the faces of 3 dead young girls from Southport on his t-shirt. Now, that's disgusting. And that's why you're doing it. It's disgusting. And I'm actually seeing, not only are they rioting and smashing things, they're now looting. Imagine running in and out of a shop, looting it with the pictures of 3 dead young girls on your t-shirt. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Staining the lives of 3 young innocent people so you can go and justify your looting of stuff, you thieving bastards. It's disgusting, people. It really is. Yeah. And people promoting it all on their social media. And you know what? See the people promoting it? They are far right. They are far right. Okay? I don't care about the comments I get. Listen, there's ordinary people out there that are disgusted with what's going on in our society. Ordinary people. But I tell you now, ordinary people don't smash shop windows and set fire to cars. No. Only the scum of the earth do that. Shocking, isn't it? And do you know what makes it worse? Everyone that's saying, I've had enough. Did you vote? Did you go out and vote? No, you didn't, did you? You've had enough, but you had the opportunity to vote and you chose to fucking ignore the vote because you went, nothing ever changes. So it's you that didn't vote are the ones that caused all this shit. Abby Froman, EDL. EDL was disbanded about a decade ago, buddy. Yes, I'm sure there's people that used to be in the EDL joining in, but I wouldn't tar them with what's going on. I think this is just hooliganism, which it's across the UK. It's disgusting. Comment on Towsy TV, 250 ex-pars lined up for next weekend in London. It's bullshit. It is bullshit, people. I would like to know if any of those 250 pars voted in the election. You know, we had our chance to vote in Nigel Farage, and a lot of retards chose that prick who's now bringing thousands of people in. You've got to remember that they've just said that they're going to build 1,000. No, that's a lie. They've just said they're going to build 1.5 million new homes. But you've got to bear in mind at the same time, the Prime Minister has just given amnesty to 70,000 migrants. And at the same time, you have Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, inviting all Afghan families to come and join. Now, I know and you know that the ordinary British family, and this is how it works. Argue with me all you want. This is how it works in the UK. When I'm going to have a child and I sit down with my wife, we discuss we're going to have a child. We have children that we can afford. What we don't do is knock out 6 kids and then panic. British families have children they can afford. Now, whether you like it or not, this is a fact. Families from Afghanistan will have 5, 6, 7 children to go out and work and do things to bring in money to the... So if you're bringing families across that have 6 or 7 children, which they will have, and then they bring their aunties and their grannies and their uncles and their cousins, you're bringing every family, you're talking 10 or 15 people. Now, my family consists of, okay, I've got a partner, but before that, it consisted of me, wife and son. That's it, simple. But you're now bringing in people which have so many kids and so many offspring that sometimes councils have to knock 2 houses into one, or they're given 5-bedroom houses, things that we can never afford. And it's shocking what is happening. And this is because our souls have chose to riot because they didn't bother to vote. They didn't bother to vote. The election's over now. You're stuck with this shit now. And England's not a place to live. But the good thing, from my perspective, is, I'm going to be honest, Fiona texted me this morning. She says, is your mum and dad okay? There's been all these things in Belfast. Now, the weird thing is, in Belfast, what Keir Starmer has done, he's done something which no other Prime Minister's done. He's managed to bring nationalists and unionists together. That's never been done. I mean, Northern Ireland, Operation Banner, 1,115 soldiers killed, security forces, in 30 years, battles, used to be a tour. He's managed to unite loyalists and Republicans, loyalists and Catholics. Why? Because Northern Ireland do not want Islam, and they're protesting it now. And they don't want it. They've said we don't want it. But what's happened, I'm seeing, is on one side of the police line, we have tricolours and the Union flags. And on the other side of the peace line, we have Palestinian flags and rainbows. I mean, how fucked up is that? Really? I tell you now, if you choose what's coming and you decide to be on the wrong side, many of you are on the wrong side already. Many people have chosen to not vote. I mean, let's be honest, a 60% turnout in voting, that means over 20 million people in the UK didn't bother their arse to vote. England has given up on England. England is a shithole. It is now. Don't know about the rest. I don't want to talk about Scotland. Don't talk about Wales and Northern Ireland. I don't live there. I live in England. And it's a shithole. It really is. Because the ordinary English person has decided that they don't want to vote. Yeah, there is a two-tier policing system in England. Don't know about the rest of the country, but in England. But that's because that's what people voted for. A lot of people turned the blind eye. I mean, we had people in the, I don't want to mention the P word, where we all had to mask up. But during that, there was a lot of people spoke out about it. And they were vilified and destroyed in the media. They were vilified and destroyed. Conspiracy theorists. Now everyone's looking at them like, maybe you, all it was showing common sense. Common sense. I mean, how many, we did it. We did it. We went into a restaurant wearing a mask. When we sat down, we took it off. When we went to the toilet, we put it on. I mean, were we all just fucking retarded that we had to go along with this bullshit? A disease that never touched you below when you sat down? I mean, the amount of nonsense they used it. Certain code words by the World Health Organization putting onto the NHS to say different things, and we all stood by it. If you're seeing, I mean, honestly, most of you got children. If you've got kids that are dickheads, don't let them go out. Don't let them go out because you're going to get arrested if they're going to cause shit. Some of us have decent children that we can trust. But some of you have children that are absolute scum and deserve to go to jail for behaving like animals. It is shocking. But there we go. Don't use the death of 3 beautiful young girls and 5 critical girls, and still two adults. Don't use that to go and ransack a shop and steal someone's livelihood. Only scum do that. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Right. Next topic. Next topic. What a shower of shit. By the way, I hope you're all having a good night and have a nice little drink. Tell you about this here. The other day I went out to, did I tell you? Went out to Aldi. And on the way into Aldi, they had all these different beautiful looking tins, soft drinks, and I bought loads. And I came back and I gave my someone, because he wanted a drink, to have half of this dinner. It's cider. I'm giving my 13-year-old cider. It was a mistake. It's been pointed out. Won't have it again. Just saying it was a mistake. His mum went mental. So did Gwen. Anyway, you cannot riot because you want a peace. We want peace. So you smash people's things. Just listen. It's not a done thing. Okay, it's not a done thing. And by the way, and I will point this out, is there a 2-tier policing system? We keep saying there is. We keep saying there is. But you've got to bear in mind the way the police work. The police know that veterans are law-abiding. The police are fully aware that a veteran's law-abiding. All these ex-service personnel and good people are law-abiding. Scum are not law-abiding. Now, if you're on, I don't know, let's just call it a pro-Palestinian Hamas march, the police are not going to attack you for doing something wrong, because then they realize that by attacking you, they're going to have hundreds of evil bastards attacking the police. But if you're being an arse and you're a good bloke, though, and you're being an arse to the police will bat you and bring you in, because the police are fully aware that the rest of the law-abiding citizens aren't going to jump on the police. So it is a two-tier policing system, and that's how they do it, okay? And it's not good. There is a two-tier system in Northern Ireland. That's a shame. That's a shame. Well, just, yeah. Right. So what's the next topic? Katie Price. Katie Price. She's had her house repossessed, bankrupt. Bankrupt for the second time. But for those that like Katie Price, she's not everyone's cup of tea. She's bankrupt. But she's just emerged from a Turkish clinic with more stitches. She's just had her sixth facelift. And this one cost 10 grand. Buy a bit. This one, 10 grand on a facelift. Is there any skin left? Is she just like a plastic Barbie? I don't understand it. And I don't understand people that do this. I don't understand people that just keep cutting away at their face. I mean, spend your money on your kids. I mean, it was only last month you were in the papers bitching about Harvey. My son Harvey's having such and such taken away from him. We can't afford it. You can't afford it, you fucking lunatic. You're spending 10 grand on a facelift every fucking 7 months. You look like shit. It's not good, is it? It's just not good. And I think the papers need to stop endorsing her. I think she's just bought out another autobiography. I think every time she gets a facelift, she has an autobiography, doesn't she? An autobiography for each face. Quite weird. More faces than the Albert clock. I think that's got 4. Anyway, there you go. I just find that shocking. I mean, she's destroying herself, and paparazzi are paying. They're going, we'll give you money. Can we do a story on you? And it's just, yeah. Someone asked me about that in the comments. I mean, in my email. So I thought I would discuss it. I find it weird. She used to be a beautiful young woman, but she's not half the woman she used to be. Because most of it's gone. I'm just saying. Yeah. Sad. Right. I've discussed that. What did I write there? Right. The Prince and Princess of Wales, Catherine and William, have been asked if they would like to have servants at their Windsor residence, and they've said no. They've turned down having servants, and they've got rid of most of their nannies. They've got one nanny left. They want to raise their children themselves, and they do not want other people coming in to do it for them. They want to teach their children valuable lessons. So I think that's great. Yeah. Isn't that great? Yes. They're not bitching about anything. They're just getting on with life. It's wonderful to see people. And thanks for the message about it. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look here. People have not just priorities. Abby, when we saw the tension rising, we've done a tactical withdrawal. Stuart Brown. Exactly, Stuart. I mean, it used to be, we've lost that skill set. The police have lost that skill set of riot control, where you got the wings out in your vehicles. I don't see that at the minute. All I'm seeing at the minute are these shitty white Land Rovers and baselines with different heights. Different heights of the police officers, and it looks terrible. I mean, come on. It used to be that, do you remember the old days where your sergeant major went, right, guys, tonight we're out in Belfast, or we're out here, we're out in Londonderry, and he got the biggest guys to do the baseline, the tallest, strongest guys to do the baseline. And we had a thing called snatch squads and snipers, right? So you had your baseline. Behind the baseline, you would have 1 or 2 FRGs, which were the federal riot guns, where you put smoke canisters and all that. Or depending, you could have had rubber bullets, the rubber canisters, where you practice your drills, where you had it loaded, your gun loaded, and then what would happen is the shields would go like this, as the shields opened, your gun came down and you picked your target. And then what happened is you then moved the vehicles forward and you had snatch squads going out with the shields to bring the person you've just hurt, and they would go back. And I mean, I'm not saying, all I'm seeing now is police officers standing holding shields, watching people set fire to cars. They're not even trying to prevent it. They're just, it's not, and that's why it will continue to happen. Riots are going to continue to happen because the police have not got control of any of it. It's terrible. Anyway, it is what it is. I mean, I remember, wow, standing with the shields and the petrol bombs hitting it, and sometimes your leg catching fire, and just trying to get somebody stood behind you with a fire extinguisher, took it out, and you were back in. You didn't bitch. You just stood there and you kept going and going and going until it was done. Yeah. But anyway, let's go back into what has really wound me up tonight, and that is Harry and Meghan's CBS interview. I've watched the full thing, and I was disgusted. I could not believe what I was hearing. I could not believe that these two had the audacity to sit there and talk about suicide and how all parents should be first responders. Well, all parents, no, that's a stupid thing. All parents, I think he was trying to use the word first responder, a military term, right? All parents know how to look after their children. Okay, we do. I don't know how to look after someone else's child. I don't know what they do as a family unit. Each family unit does things differently. And a comment just came in there from Sparks. Your chat on the Old Patch podcast was so honest, direct, that you gave faith that we can probably overcome today's little Roger Trout lads from the 7. Thanks, mate. Yes, so I was watching it, and he was trying to. They brought on parents. They actually brought parents on to talk about the loss of their sons and daughters and suicide, as if Harry was an expert. And then Meghan spoke about the fact that she nearly took her life, online trolling. And I'm thinking, going, wow, you're grifting off other people's misfortunes and suicide for a TV show. I mean, I found it utterly shocking. And I can't believe this. What's next? What is next? This is a couple. This is a couple who actively pay companies to troll me and other veterans that are mentally vulnerable. I mean, he's trying to say that, suicide, parents need to know that sometimes you don't know the sign, blah, blah, blah. You're trying to get people that criticize you to take their life, Harry. You utter scum. You're trying to get people to kill themselves so they don't criticize you on social media. You're destroying people's lives through your Archwell's Foundation donations to social media places who actively go out. It's not misinformation. If I say you're not on the front line, if I say you had protection, if I say you had unmanned aviation, if I say that you were whisked away, that's not misinformation. It's not. These are facts that YouTube suppress and demonetize people. These are actually facts. YouTube employs what they call human reviewers who don't have any knowledge or experience of anything to do with what Prince Harry's been involved in combat in the military. They've got no experience in that, and they're the ones that are suppressing channels like mine and many, many other channels that spit out facts, and they call it misinformation. They call it fake news. It's not fake news. What is fake is the people that work for YouTube that suppress channels because they have been paid to do it. It's shocking the way people behave. And it's going to continue. Look at my channel. What am I on today? Day 37 of a 30-day review for the 8th time, nearly 2 years, all because I said all these things about Prince Harry. And what happened? You had someone that they paid called Christopher Boozy, who then spun these evil things, and said, oh, Trevor threatened to do this, and Trevor threatened to shoot me. No, it didn't. Trevor threatened to strangle Meghan. Do you know what? And I'm going to be honest with you, right? It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what you say. See if I turn around on my YouTube channel and I say, someone needs to slap Elon Musk. If I seen Elon Musk, I'd hit him a slap. That's just a throwaway comment. because I'm never going to be anywhere near Elon Musk. So see someone to report it and go, he threatened Elon. Elon's probably sitting there going, what? Trevor Coult from Woodbridge is going to slap me? Holy shit, let's beef up the security. I mean, it's nonsense. And YouTube know it's nonsense. They know it's nonsense, but they continue to do it. And I'll tell you now, and there's a human reviewer that will watch that. The human reviewers watch all my stuff constantly. And they're not good people. They're not. They lack qualifications. They've got no knowledge. None of them worked with me. None of them seen Harry in Afghanistan. None of them seen any of this stuff, but yet they're all experts in the field. I can tell you now that Harry and Meghan pay people to suppress their critics on YouTube and on every other social media platform. And they do have bot farms out there that constantly attack people and try and destroy people. Imagine going on CBS and talking about how to prevent suicide when you're paying for bot farms to attack people and destroy people's mental health. What a disgusting, vile couple these two are. I needed to get that off my chest, and it's now done. Listen, it's nearly come to half an hour. I'm going to leave it now. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me on my channel, even though it hasn't grown in about 9 months, but I do appreciate it. It's been great. I am demonetized on YouTube, and I do appreciate the handful of you that do support my channel on PayPal. It's voluntary, but yeah, thanks for those that stick with me. It means a lot. It's Sunday night, day of rest. Hopefully there's no rioting tonight in the name of peace, because it's just bollocks. Thank you for sticking with me, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, take care, and thanks for tuning in. I was going to wear a lovely jacket tonight, and then I sat down here, and it was just far too warm. It really was. But I do appreciate all your support. Thanks to those who have subscribed to the Old Paratrooper podcast. Thanks to those that have subscribed to Fortune Cookies Tarot, Fiona, Avid Gardener. There's quite a few. Roy Daily T, Sue Smith, Graham the Baron, Heskis. There's so many good channels out there. Fitness Hutch, Foxy. I mean, I can't mention them all clearly. And on the 10th of August, HG Tudor is releasing my full interview with him. And 10th of August is my mother's birthday. Hopefully you'll watch that. There is a trailer right now. It lets you see what's coming up. It's going to be fantastic. So anyway, listen, cheers everyone, and have a good evening. Take care.